just barely doesn't get there. Has a meter, wakes up with the HPB just to get out of the corner. Very smart! And the 5H, the chopping get the victory!
Unreal. That was so close to an incredible comeback from JunoMustDie, but it just didn't end up working out. The knife edge chop, too large, too strong.
Did y'all just see that? Aboii did that shit on the biggest stage in the fighting game community. That is crazy. On stream, in our face, in their opponent's face. What a disrespectful act. Yeah, hi, I'm Lucky. I love fighting games. In fact, this channel got its start by fighting games, specifically Guilty Gear Strive, and I love watching EVO. I just kind of want to talk a little bit about sportsmanship, especially in the fighting game community and just like in general, I suppose. We all love a good heal. We all love a good heal. We all love some, you know, good entertainment. But there's a difference between being a heel and just being a shithead, which is, this is the kind of act that was being a shithead. For those of you that don't know or that didn't see the clip somehow or haven't seen EVO yet, Aboii is a Potemkin player, and he was up against another Guilty Gear Strive player who plays Aboii. And that was JunoMustDie. And their set was pretty intense. JunoMustDie was up 2-1 in terms of the match point. But then at the start of the fourth match, the first round, before anything had even really started, they just got a character select. Juno accidentally hit the home button. The round hadn't even started yet. Went back to PlayStation Home. And then they came back in, and Aboii was like, oh, TO, you know, like getting a TO's attention, because there's a rule where if your controller disconnects or you go back to the home screen, you have to forfeit a round, right? One of your quote unquote lives. And everybody was kind of like, you know, because again, the match hadn't even really started yet. So Aboii is essentially trying to skip winning neutral at all, straight from the character select, essentially, which I think is incredibly funny. But hey, it's a big event. The nerves are there. You're already down. You're losing. You know, you just won a round, so you got some momentum. But we gotta do what we gotta do to win, right? There's money on the line. There's prestige on the line. But again, is that really the way to do it? Is that really sportsmanship? And at the end of the day, the TOs were like, yeah, we gotta enforce the rule. So they wound up giving the round to Aboii. They essentially let Aboii get a hit in on Aboii. They ran the timer, and then they went to the next round, and then Aboii won again. So now it was 2-2. And then Aboii won the full set, so it was 3-2. Aboii won, got to move on, and you would think that's where it would end. However, Aboii was like, you know, I think they went for a fist bump, but then they just dropped the F-bomb when they didn't get the fist bump. They flipped off JunoMustDie. They were like really fucking aggressive about it. And again, this is on stream. This is a big event. This is, you know, us representing our community. And I just don't think that's healthy for the community. Personally, if I see that from another community, that kind of behavior, I'm kind of like, wow, they're a bunch of bitches over there, huh? And maybe there's some other people that look at the FGC like that, which is, you know, I mean, we already have a bit of a reputation in the gaming sphere. So doing more damage to it on a level like this isn't exactly great, but hey. So that's all I really wanted to cover. I just want to talk about the incident, but for me, I don't think this is a heel. I don't think this is heel behavior. I think this is somebody just being a little bitch because they were getting bodied. They leveraged the rules in a way that I don't think, like, technically it's right, but also, are you right? So I think that's kind of the spirit of the game was shot. Okay, instead we got the smell of the game. The bullshit was blazing, and not in the fun way. And yeah, I mean, afterwards Aboii claims that JunoMustDie was 45 minutes late to their set, that's why he flipped them off, and all these other things. But JunoMustDie has a completely different story, as do some TOs. So that's all hearsay. What we do know is what we saw on stream. And yeah, that's really it. What do you think? Do you think Aboii was justified in his behavior? Do you think it was the right thing to do? Or do you think that maybe there was better ways to go about showing your frustration or handling the controller DC? I think the entire thing is really interesting. Let's keep it civil though in the comments below. Be nice to each other, because if you're not, I'll fucking kill you. I'm kidding, obviously. But yeah, we will be hosting a Guilty Gear Strive tournament this month, the 3rd Saturday of this month at 8 p.m. EST. You're welcome to register in the Shalom's link below in the link tree and be a part of that. Hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Okay, bye.